The pick is in.
The Portland Trail Blazers have made a selection in the 2025 NBA Draft. I'm Doug Branson, joined now by host of Locked On Blazers, Mike Richmond, and the Portland Trail Blazers have selected Hansen Yang with the 16th pick in the NBA Draft. Yang, a monster of a man who played his last 2 seasons in the Chinese Basketball Association. Mike, this feels like the first surprise pick. In fact, watching the draft live, it felt like a surprise pick to Hansen Yang, who came down from the bleachers. I don't believe he was invited to the green room, though he was in attendance in Brooklyn. Did it surprise you?
Yeah. Come on, Doug. Yes, this surprised me. Young was in the building. He worked out for the Blazers at the practice facility in late May. He was one of their early workouts, but it was one of these workouts. He said like, oh, it's only second round guys. It's second round hopefuls. They're just doing like due diligence for if they get a second round pick or if they want to invite someone to summer league or a 2-way contract or whatever. Not at freaking 16. This was a stunner. This is a call your shot type of pick. No one else, just perusing the mocks here. It's a name I knew. I knew he had like an impressive combine showing and was on some radar, but perusing the mocks before I hopped on here, the highest place I saw him mocked was the final pick of the first round. To jump up at least 15 picks to get him at least is a stunner.
So what do you think? Now, this was a trade back. You were originally, the Blazers were originally at 11. They trade back with the Memphis Grizzlies to move to 16. What do you think they saw in him that really forced them to make this pick?
Okay. I don't want to pretend like I know anything about this gentleman. I want to be clear that on draft night, as we were recording this is a totally new. I'm going to learn more about it before I record my own podcast and in the future in the coming weeks. But at the combine, he showed out particularly as a passer. He's just a really big dude with a good passing feel. I think he made some jumpers and shot okay from distance in the 5-on-5 scrimmaging. So he helped himself at the combine. He's really big. And has some intriguing skills, but there's questions, like at least early questions about his athleticism to play at the NBA level. If they get this right, this is an all-timer. If it's what most of the consensus thought about Young coming into this game, or coming into the draft, boy, is this a surprising pick that they will be well remembered for.
So do you think this changes anything about the Blazers' current center rotation? Of course, the Blazers took a center last year in Donovan Clingan. You also have DeAndre Ayton on the roster and Time Lord Robert Williams. Does this change anything at all, or do you see Hansen Young as someone that they are going to develop slowly behind the scenes?
I can't imagine that he plays based on what we know about him. Maybe you would assume that if Ayton is still on the roster, he soaks up, 28, 32 minutes a night, and all of the remaining minutes go to Donovan Clingan. Robert Williams still recovering from likely from off-season knee surgery. I can't imagine he jumps into the rotation. But if you make this pick at 16, maybe they know something I don't. I'm going to say they do know something I don't because I know nothing at this point. But I would be, from where I sit, I'd be hard pressed to see Young jump into the rotation.
All right, Mike Richmond is going to go do his homework on this very surprise pick by the Portland Trail Blazers. For continued coverage of Hansen Young, check out Locked On Blazers on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks for having me.